The Mont Blanc projects are a series of 3 projects that started in 2011 and are now finishing in 2018 in December, that are paving the way for energy efficient compute to be used in HPC. They pioneered this idea back in 2011, and now finally, after 7 years, we are, through Atos of course, commercializing our first ARM blades out of a funded proposal.
The original idea was to put together academia, research centers and industry in order to enhance the high-performance computing.
The Mont Blanc project involves a number of European partners, but there are really 3 partners that have been in it since the beginnings, and that's ARM, Bull from the Atos group, and the Barcelona Supercomputing Center.
And then around these 3 players, we've got so far 4 different families that were the 4 different phases of the project that were mostly, as I say, data centers within Europe, other companies promoting either their applications or their technology, software, hardware technologies, and of course university that are performing research on ARM systems.
We are a core provider of experience, and the projects are effectively centered around ARM technology and the usage of ARM technology in HPC. So in this particular case, we are both knowledge providers and we are key partners working with all of our partners to create this kind of dream, to make it a reality.
Generally speaking, the Mont Blanc project aimed at using ARM chips for high-performance computing, and that involves, well, first of all, we had to develop the hardware, which didn't exist when we started, but probably the main contribution is to develop the software ecosystem that's needed if we want this to work at all.
We are positioned to be a pre-Exascale project where we will come up with pre-Exascale machine suggestions, but we stop right about there. And then there are future projects like the Mont Blanc 2020 project, which picks up from there, and then we'll continue the journey towards pre-Exascale and Exascale.
Our achievements are twofold. I mean, the one we talk about most is probably about hardware, because we've developed a prototype in the last phase, and this prototype is going to be commercialized as a real product by Atos. So that's really important to finish the project with a real product. But really a very important aspect is the development of the software ecosystem, and I think that the work we did in this respect really contributed a lot to the emergence of ARM-based HPC.
So while you build your platforms and you test it, you learn limitation, errors or good points, so you can plan next generation architectures.
We started having a very mobile focused software ecosystem, and now we have basically an HPC offering.
The last of the Mont Blanc projects, project number 3, is ending soon, but the story is not ending.
We now have the Mont Blanc 2020 project, which is a specialization of its predecessors that has already started, and it's focused on more specifics targeting exascale, for example, SoC design.